Hello, everybody. As far as teacher presence goes, I kind of treat it a little bit like gardening in a sense. Before the class starts, I really don't know who is going to be in the class other than a bunch of names on a class roster. So around 3 weeks before class starts, I send everybody in the class roster a welcome note with the syllabus, which is inscribed, a welcome welcome to the class video on YouTube, a quick intro to the project that they have to do in the semester, and a survey so that I get to know who they are, what they do, what they expect from the class, and so on. Once the class starts, so that right there is kind of like planting the seeds. Once the class starts and I get to see what the group dynamics of the course are, then I get to prune certain elements of my teacher presence that might not be required and foster other ones that are more applicable to that group. So every semester, teacher presence is a little different because of the different groups that come into the course.
Hi everyone. My personal goals for building social presence would be to create introductory videos that would draw my students' attention. I would also want to learn how to use the social programs such as Facebook and Twitter in my teaching to promote learning as much as possible. And I always make use of forums within Moodle, making discussions interesting. That is one thing that I do. However, I will also try to use the voice thread because I think I can get more out of my students when I use that. I tend to like it since I've been using it in this course. However, my present goal is to use programs such as AnyMeeting, Skype, and programs like those more often with groups of students. I basically use Skype for consultation. However, I would like to make much more use of it with groups of students. My biggest problem here is slow connection. Thank you.
Hi, I like the idea presented to increase social presence in online courses. Actually, to build online community, my goal is to increase my and my students' social presence. That would be synchronous and asynchronous. Definitely, I will have an introduction video in my classes to give course overview. I'll be doing a synchronous class meeting through Blackboard Collaborate and record these sessions for students who were not able to attend. I was reluctant about group work, but after reading this week material, I will add group projects in my courses and provide students with ways to communicate, such as enabling group discussion boards, blogs, wikis, and inform them about Google Drive, Google Hangouts, and all supported in our university's email and LMS system.
The three goals that I am going to be looking at for this particular first time making my course a little bit more social will be starting with an introductory video. I think the introductory video is a really good idea, and it is something that can be done and set the right tone for the course. I'm going to use my second goal as sort of a carryover of the first goal, in that when I'm developing the second and third sections of the course, I'm going to introduce them also with a video to ensure that the students feel an instructor presence. The third goal that I'm going to commit to start with is that I'm going to start the class with a question about their view of where public speaking is going to come into their lives. I'm going to ask them to give all of us an idea using Flipgrid of how they have seen somebody who spoke in front of others make a difference in life. I usually tell students that. This time I'm going to try to get them to tell us that.
Hi, I have three personal goals for building social presence. First, I would like to add team assignments such that participants can form teams and then work through a mock business case together over several weeks. Secondly, I would like to learn how to use Twitter myself and then utilize it to encourage real-time collaborations throughout the course. Finally, I would like to create a LinkedIn or Facebook group and invite participants to join after the course to continue the discussion. Thank you.
There are several ideas that I'm taking away. One is low tech. I'm going to invite students to call and talk with me at the beginning of the semester for us to get a chance to know each other a little bit better. I will also do a better job of introducing myself to the class on a personal level at the beginning of the semester through a Zoom meeting and record that for those who are unable to attend. I will also hold weekly office hours on Zoom for students that want to and can attend. The other thing that I would like to use is Flipgrid. I find this is a fairly easy software to use and shouldn't be too difficult for students to pick up.
I'm not sure this is recording. All right, it's Michelle, and the question is sharing strategies and instructor presence. So what I think I would like to do, as this is new to me, is I would use it, I would try to create a presence and do some engaging activities, perhaps use some stories, some images, but really providing feedback to students in a timely manner so that they know that they're on the right track in terms of the way that they are thinking about a concept or trying to solve a problem. I think that's the best way for me as an instructor to have a presence with them. That's what I think that they would hope for and what I'd be able to deliver.
Hi, this is an interesting question for me because I'm not an instructor. I am a publisher and I am a student in an instructional design course earning my master's in education. So I'm answering this question more theoretically. But there are three things I have thought about how to tools to use to increase student presence in a classroom. One would be Flipchart or something like it, where these posts are just amazing that we get to see one another's authentic selves. It's very easy to use. Others think the same thing. We're probably going to see this everywhere. A second is to find a social media platform on the topic area that's you're teaching about and encourage students to go there to start some dialogues. So not only do they create a community there, but they're in an authentic space. So for one of my class projects, for example, was on wine basics and learning about wine in an online class. And the social networking, the discussion forum happened on this app called Vivino, where learners they become experts in that area. And the last suggestion I had was to poll the learners, like what platforms do they want to use in the class? Do they want Twitter? Are they Instagrammers? Are they Pinterest people? Find out where they're at and create exercises there. Thanks.
So I have to give my 3 to 5 personal goals for building social presence. So I've just watched Patrick Lowenthal's video there, very interesting. Definitely given me some ideas. I already have started using video to try and increase social presence. So even introduction videos and short videos. So that's something I'm going to try and increase my use of. The other thing is he gave me some interesting ideas about, for example, a phone call or an email to increase personal touch. That's something I do occasionally, but I think I'm going to try and make an effort to do this more. The next thing to do, I suppose, is he had some ideas about how to use discussion forums in a more personal way. So again, I'm going to try and encourage the use of discussion forums with my students. We already use them, but they're quite perfunctory in their nature. So perhaps we might try Yellow Dig or some other tool to try and increase the student uptake of them. I think they feel they're quite a formal space, so I don't think they feel that it's a comfortable space for them now. So I'm going to try and examine some ways that I can try and make this a more personal, interactive space.
Hi everyone.